good, family? Texas Fan and Rehab here. One more time for another weekly recap, man. And let's just get to it, man. Let's just get to it. As you can see, man, I'm wearing the Tennessee Titans. Oh, excuse me, the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers colors, man, because I'm representing the right way. I'm not gonna do it any other way. But listen, first and foremost, let's do this real quick. If you like my content, man, give me a like. Share my content, man. Give me a follow even. You know, everything that you guys do for me, I try to give it back to you guys as much as possible, man. And, you know, love doing this content, man. But let's just cut to the chase, man. Let's just get right to it, man. The news is that D-Hop, our beloved D-Hop, man, is signed with the Tennessee Titans, man. And, oh, man, golly. Can you believe it? This is like living Andre Johnson all over again, man, where you got to see him play for the Colts and for Tennessee, man, in those destitute years of his career, man. I mean, Tennessee is the place where, you know, legendary wide receiver careers go to fade, man. So let's try to cover this, man, as much as possible. So the news broke yesterday that D-Hop will be signing with the Tennessee Titans for a 2-year deal, and I can't see it as anything other than a slight to us because, you know, I blame Bill O'Brien, man. He did this, man, with that deal that he gave us to get rid of D-Hop, man. He set all of the things in motion for this to happen. But D-Hop had taken his tour, man, and he had dabbled with swinging by the Texans Stadium, and he had dabbled with getting in contact with the Patriots and even going out there to their facilities and stirring up commotion with them that he might go sign with them or whatnot. But ultimately, he chose the Tennessee Titans. So let's break this down, man. So Tennessee is known and notorious for having some elite wide receivers go to their team and just not do anything. I mean, you had Randy Moss, you had Andre Johnson, you had no touchdown Julio Jones, man. Shout out to my boy Pretty Tony, man. But you know, Tennessee has had these guys to go there and just not show up. I mean, even Robert Woods, man, like he was there, and if you saw what he did when he was playing for the Rams versus how he performed when he was with Tennessee, they just did not utilize his talent, man. They used him more as a blocking decoy, as I call him, man. So it was kind of upsetting to see that, you know, you have this amount of talent that goes through that team, and then they don't get utilized in the best of their abilities. And one of the reasons why that is because they're a running team, man. I mean, not just since they've had Derrick Henry, but they've always kind of structured their team to more of a running type of purpose, and that's even all the way back to when they transitioned over there to Tennessee in the first place, or even when they had Vince Young. I mean, they were, you know, using Vince Young and more of the dual role with running and stuff like that. Now, the only time that they really broke out any passing talent, and I can be straight with you, is when they played the Houston Texans, man. So that was kind of always upsetting, man, because I used to watch the games back in the day where, especially with Vince, they would just, you know, eat us alive, man, on touchdowns down the field. So I look at this situation now, and I assess that basically Tennessee is going to have D-Hop to go in there and run the big plays. And forgive me because I'm going to plug this up real quick. But they're going to run the big plays, man. They're going to get him the exposure for the touchdowns down the field from time to time. But what you're going to see mostly is you're going to see him in the blocking capacity, him taking one more person out of the box. You're going to see Derrick Henry running up the middle and gashing the defense for what he can. You're going to see a lot of the status quo for what they have. But here's the thing that's really kind of going to be what we have to look forward to and trying to figure out what Tennessee is. They have a quarterback issue. You know, they have an abundance of quarterbacks right now that basically means that they don't really have one quarterback. They got Ryan Tannehill still. They have my boy Malik Willis, and then they have Will Levis. And, you know, Willis and Levis are, you know, young bucks, you know, year 2 and year 1. They're going to be fighting against the old head to try to see if they can get some playing time. And what I see, or what I've seen, is that because, you know, Ryan was like, Tannehill, man, he was a wide receiver that was converted to a quarterback. So his acumen is not necessarily that he's, keen on throwing the ball. He's really good at what they do with running the offense, but he's not the best quarterback that's out there, man. And that was proven back when he was in Miami. And so, excuse me. And so what you're going to end up seeing is a lot more of the Derek, and Tajay Spears. They're going to be running the ball again. You're going to get, a little relief when you get to D-Hop because he can go and get the balls out the sky or whatever. But then I would love to see them do more with Malik Willis, man. I mean, he had the opportunity to kind of play against us last year, but they didn't utilize him in the passing game, really. The concept that they rolled out there for that game was run it down our throats, and that's what they successfully did. So as long as they can get away with doing that, they're going to do it. It's up to us to stop them. It's up to the opponent to stop them, rather. And I think when they face us, they'll be looking to try to do the same thing, man. Shove it down our throat. Or part two, use D-Hop against us, man, because that's been the MO of their head coach ever since he's been there, man. It's like he's got a red ass against the Texans, man. So I can see them doing the exact same thing, the exact same way, pound it down our throat, pause.
Pause, that's crazy.
But I can see them do the exact same thing, the exact same way, man. Like this, they're not going to change from the game plan as long as it's successful. Now, that doesn't it hasn't converted into long-term success for that team or for that franchise. They're stubborn like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that they changed their offense this year, especially in the heels of seeing what they lost with A.J. Brown. Another fantastic wide receiver that they just didn't utilize, man. This is what they are, man. So I don't even understand the attraction of wanting to go to Tennessee. It just makes no sense to me, man. Like, you're not going to Tennessee and getting them to change how they operate. This is just what they do, man. But A.J. Brown, of course, he was at Tennessee, and then he went to Philly. They get to the freaking Super Bowl, man. So then the OC, who was over there at over at Tennessee, got fired. So bringing in a new OC. I think they got Tim Kelly now, so that combines D-Hop with Tim Kelly again, who they were connected here while they was in Houston. Maybe he's trying to rekindle some old flames when it comes to that. But again, the MO of this team is to run the ball, man. So they're going to do that. And if they deviate from that, I'll be completely surprised. So Derek Stingley, hey, man, listen, your work is going to be cut out for you, man. You definitely got an assignment over there at the one spot, man, against D-Hop, a legendary wide receiver, Hall of Fame level wide receiver. So you got your work cut out for you. But you're a young cat who's definitely got the skills and the acumen to get it done, man. So salute to you, brother. As for everybody else, man, this is going to be a test of wills, man. This is going to be a test of strength on strength, you know what I'm saying? So we are not quite sure what the Houston Texans are just yet. I'm looking forward to training camp so I can kind of get a better understanding of what we're going to be looking at on the field. I got my tickets already. I hope you got yours, man. But I'll definitely be up there a couple of days burning up in the sun just so I can kind of take my little notes and see how the team is looking in different levels, man. I'm definitely looking for linebacker play and cornerback play and all defensive back play, to be honest with you. I just want to see, with my own eyes, what we may have. And I know that they're still going to take time to develop throughout the season. Everything is not going to be solidified, preseason or any of that other time, man. But just to kind of get some structure and some feel for what the team is rolling out there, man. Even if it's team on team, even if it's just us on us, just to get some understanding of what they're looking at. Roster-wise, depth chart-wise, all of that stuff there, man. So I look forward to being able to come back and give those notes to you guys. But yeah, man, like this is where we at in the year, man. And listen, I took a week off again, man. I know, I'm sorry, because this is not the way that you're supposed to create content on the YouTube platform. But I have other things that I've been tending to and whatnot, just to try to get up to speed. And so, there was plenty of things that I could have covered. Really nothing at all, because there's nothing really going on over the last couple of weeks, man. I mean, other than, I guess I could have been covering, like, what the Texans are doing in the off season while they're training, or, I could be covering, CJ Stroud at the 4th of July party where, you know, certain pictures was put out there. And I'm just glad that CJ Stroud didn't get wrapped up in any suspect pictures, man, because that would have been a bad look for our rookie, man. He would have had to answer a lot of questions in the locker room, man. But, you know, there was a bunch of fluff and nothing really of any substance to cover other than this particular story for right now. I know that there's the, I think today is the cutoff date for the franchise tag. So I think that affects Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants, but you know, that doesn't really have an effect on us on the AFC side, man. So you know, to be discovered what happens with that as well. But this is the big news, man, for the week, man. To be honest with you, like until something else comes about, which I don't expect much to come out until training camp. I don't expect much to come out and much to happen, and it's not going to be a whole lot of moving and shaking up until then, not contract-wise or whatever. CJ still is unsigned. Will Anderson is already signed. So those are maybe like the two big things to watch out for, but I don't think that CJ Stroud is going to go into training camp unsigned. I don't think that would be professional on his side to you know, have all of this lead up and build up to assimilating to the team and then ultimately not sign. And I don't think that the team would do that to themselves by not doing everything that they need to do to get the young buck signed, so he can be in there getting all the snaps, and we have no concern about, you know, Davis Mills and all of that stuff there, man. So I certainly look forward to what's going to happen in training camp. Like I said, I'll be out there, man, and you know, maybe I may have a couple extra tickets. We'll see if I can work something out with that later on down the line. We'll see. I may give them away. I don't know. But yeah, man, like that's the update this week, man. Listen, I had to throw on the old Earl Campbell jersey today, man, because this is really going to be the last time that I rock any Tennessee-related colors. But I needed to go and get it out of the mix before, you know, the season start coming around, man. So that's the reason why I did it. For anybody that's questioning what's going on, man, I'm still H-Town till I die, man. Don't get it twisted ever, man. Houston Texans and Houston Oilers is all I represent when it comes to that, man. So I just want to make sure that I check in with you guys, man. Thanks for listening, man. Thanks for checking in. Share, like, follow. And till next time, man, Houston Texas fan in rehab. I'm out.